Hello, how's it going? This is A Bass Guy, and we're currently located in Baie-D'Urfé. And behind this box is the Baie-D'Urfé Library. We'll get to that in a second. I bought a little cheap wireless microphone thing on the internet for like $40, but it didn't really do any justice, but I love the concept, so I went and ordered this. It was $150, 170 something with the tax and shipping and all that stuff. So this is Hollyland Lark M1 digital wireless microphone, and I could actually come out here because I'm wearing it right now, and it's right there. The receiver's up there, and I'm learning all the settings. A little bit complicated at first, but it's got one-click noise cancellation, portable charging case, so you can put it in the charging case, so the device itself they charge for 8 hours of battery life, and then if you can also charge the charger and get a total of 20 hours on the go. So I am talking in a very low voice. The only thing a little bit tricky on it, oh, Mr. Nuts is right behind the tripod. Hey, Mr. Nuts. So you can hear some of the different sounds there. There's low setting, medium, and high, but you don't know which one is which. You have to check a meter on your camera. I think I'll download one for my phone. Right now we're using the Nikon camera that I bought secondhand, the D3200. And it's a good camera, good starter camera, and I'm really enjoying it. I have a shotgun mic, and now I bought these mics. I have two of these. We're going to try them in the studio. We're going to try them on the camera. We only have half an hour daylight right now. It's January the 5th, and we're skipping the show tonight, but I did put a feature on. So I'm explaining too much. There goes the 211 bus. When I was a little kid, I used to play here. Over there you got Fritz's farm where you have weddings and whatnot. There's a beautiful bay here, Baie-D'Urfé. There's a lot of history from here. Started off around 1668, I think. 1668. Anyway, we'll do that another day. Behind me is the Baie-D'Urfé Library, and it's got this funky like 1970s kind of circle octagon shape to it. And it's a very warm, cozy looking place. I used to go there to take out books and whatnot with my family when I was in kindergarten, grade 1. So 1979, 80, 1981, 2, 3, probably up to 1985. And I remember when vinyl records were introduced and we could rent out a record for a week or something. And the first one we rented out was a disco album of Star Wars, which you can see right there. You should check that out on YouTube, because now you can listen to all music for free. You just go on YouTube and nothing matters anymore, right? Everything's free, including this. So I went back into that library a few weeks ago just to check it out, and I haven't been in there in like, I don't know, 40 years, 35 years. And I was talking to one librarians and telling her this story, and she goes, oh, well, actually, I was working here back then. So there's a librarian in there who has been working there for 50 plus years. That's incredible. And that's my little story, and I hope you enjoy it. It's a beautiful place to come for a picnic, actually. There's a gazebo, open field. There's a little yacht club over there. Oh, I used to work at the Baie-D'Urfe Yacht Club. That's a story I could tell you quickly. The Baie-D'Urfe Yacht Club was one of my first jobs after doing Gazette and Chronicle route for many years on my bicycle with the basket. And then I was about 13 years old. I started to work at the Baie-D'Urfe Yacht Club, and I never worked for anyone like that before. And the guy just said, okay, here, this street, we got to build a ditch there because we've got to put a pipe there. And he gave me a pickaxe. And he went away, and I didn't know what work was, so I had no gloves, nothing. I just picked all day for like 5 or 6 hours, and I dug the whole massive hole because I'm crazy. And the guy, I had blood all over my hands and blisters, and I was like, okay, I did it. And the guy was like, whoa. He's like, you did all that? And then my mom, so he was like, okay, you're hired, guy. And then he goes, come back tomorrow. My mom came over because he was mad at the guy. My mom's like, well, look what happened to my son's hands, because he wasn't there, and it's my fault. I worked too hard. And then I come back the next day or a week, and he trains me to become a bosun. And that's where you drive a boat, like a proper boat with an engine, which I've never done in my life. I know nothing about anything. And he teaches me how to drive a boat and park it and everything. And then he's like, okay, here's your shotgun. So I had to go out. They still do this today. They have yacht races. They go in big circles, and it can be really choppy. And I'm like I had to start the races with the gun, fire a gun, drive the boat, take the scores, and then if someone got stranded on the rocks, whatever, I have to throw them a rope. And this was all in my first week. I had no clue what was going on. And then I had to go in and wash the cutlery and give everybody juice or coffee or whatever, and then park the boat and then build the ditch. And that was my first job when I was a little kid. And in that yacht club, this is my new thing, by the way. This is why I got the microphone. So I'm testing on myself the microphone quality and all that stuff, because there's a lot of different variables and settings. And I'm going to go around places where I grew up, because I left for 15 years. And I'm going to tell little stories, childhood memories, so they exist. At the yacht club, there was a saw up in a tree, probably 20, 30 feet, like a hand saw. And my job was to clean up the place, so I thought, oh, I'll climb up the tree and I'll get the saw out. And as I almost got the saw, this is one of the reasons I have a bad back. The other one, I grabbed on a branch, and I thought it was a strong branch, and I heard it crack, and I knew I was going to fall, and I fell 20 feet, smack on my back. I think I knew I was falling, and I broke some of my weight with my hand, and it didn't pop out of the skin, but my wrist popped right out. It was broken, and I was so in shock. I remember my back hurting that I cracked my thing back in place, and then I looked right beside me, and this is amazing that I'm still here. Right beside me is as I stand now, there was a steel, you know, those thick, strong steel fence poles? It was just right there. And I fell 20 feet. I could have hit any part of my body, and that could have even gone through me like in a zombie movie. So I fell out of a tree, and my back was hurt. I just picked up the phone. I called my dad at Nissan in Point Claire, Fairview. He was an A-Class 1 mechanic. He drove down. I waited, got in the car, went to the hospital, put my cast on. And I remember around that time I got my first Ibanez guitar, like the Def Leppard shapey one. My first guitar ever, really, and I was learning to practice with one finger. And so yeah, stupid tales by stupid bass guy. We're trying out the new microphone. There goes my bus, the 211. Hey, gotta go now. Larry. So there is the Baie-D'Urfé Library. Very cozy place to go study, read, take out an album, some vinyl. Librarians are very helpful. I recommend you check that out. It's a reading rainbow. You know those things called books?